everybody, this is episode 18 of We Could Be Wrong, the party pizza of podcasts. I'm Eli. Joining me today is Christina. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, how's it going?
I don't like party pizza.
Who doesn't? Or who does, rather. And the other guy we have is Bret.
You're all gonna die someday.
Yeah.
Just want to let you all, in on that secret.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna die.
I tried to think of something clever, and I just panicked. I'm like, just tell them about their mortality.
That's why I went to Christina first, because I was thinking I want him to build up. You fucked it up. The whole thing is ruined.
Fucked it up.
The podcast is canceled. Everyone's dead.
No Christmas this year.
Yeah, you already had Christmas. It was canceled. Give us back your presents.
Yeah, give me back that helmet.
Okay, give me back the Sandman. So I can burn them in front of your house and laugh.
Death and arson. This is gonna be great.
Do your fucking show. Tell your story about LAN parties with cocaine or whatever it is.
I went to my first LAN party after.
And there was, Coke in the bathroom.
There was Coca-Cola.
Oh.
Ooh. Absolutely no, there was
lines
Pepsi.
of Coca-Cola.
Lines of Coca. Yeah, frozen Coca-Cola that we sorted.
Coke actually used to have Coke in it.
Oh,
yeah, we
wow.
know.
Thank you, 150 facts to wow your teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you're the same way with Star Wars. If Coca-Cola was part of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, but Star Wars is cool.
Yeah. You know how
many
actually, that's like a fighter pilot from, whatever fucking novelization of Star Wars.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Are you talking about
I've
the
been
Mon
up
Calamari
since
cruisers
3
that the
a.m.
Rebellion used? Oh, jeez, why am I more tired than you are?
God.
Yeah, Bret, why?
He must have ate a whole bag of party
No,
pizza all by
because
himself.
here's the thing. Christina, mainlines an episode of Steven Universe, and she's like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm good for the day.
I don't even like playing video games. I get tired. Oh, God.
So, what was this LAN party like?
Oh, my God. So, my brother...
What's it like going to a party that kind of feels weird that they include party in the name?
Yeah, So my brother has a friend. Somehow my brother has more friends than I do. Or rather, he goes out more than I do. It's funny that you brought up Coke, because he actually went to another party that it was canceled because some girls were doing Coke in the bathroom.
It's like you told me that earlier, and I brought it up as a reference.
Oh! I see, that doesn't work because, the audience is here.
No one knows who that is.
Yeah, they're not going to understand, because I wasn't thinking that. Only thought of it right now, so shut the fuck up. He took me on to a LAN party, and these were, friends of his, and never in my life have I ever heard, such a huge stream, a constant stream of homophobic slurs be used. These were, 19 to 24-year-olds, just constantly, a constant barrage of, just the F word and, this sucker and bada, all going through, the whole room. And here's the thing, I understand into a way, because I'm not going to be a narc and go, guys, you shouldn't, because,
don't say that word.
Yes. Because one lurks among you don't even know. Anyway.
You say the word, then you shall become the word.
That's how it works. So.
That's how gay people are made.
Yeah.
Someone's just playing Call of Duty and they say gay too much and no, I suddenly like dicks.
It's suddenly a dick comes into their mouth.
Do you know this from experience, Bret?
Yeah.
I've lost many friends to the homosexuality.
You stop being friends with them afterwards?
Yeah, you can't be friends with them once they go to the dark side of the Force.
That's the dark side of the Force is super gay.
Speaking of homosexuality, what about that new Steven Universe?
You just fucking took a bat to Eli's story. You're like,
I
no one
wasn't
cares,
done.
Eli. No one cares.
I wasn't done. There was something. Oh, God.
No, it's okay.
Is this going to be like Eli's and there was kids and they were listening to the booty clap music and I was like...
I pulled a Bret there.
Yeah, I wasn't even done with my story. If it was just kids said
these games are so violent. Why don't you guys play Steven Universe Attack the Light?
Why don't you
that
guys...
would be the LAN party I'd go to.
Well, why aren't you guys watching Adventure Time? There's a lesbian couple.
Kind of.
Why you guys have to play League of Legends? That's so violent and anime-like. When we could just play the what do they call that? Adventure Time Battle Party?
We could play Solitaire.
Christina, have you ever played
We could play
Adventure Time
Hug
Battle
Party.
Huh?
Have you played Adventure Time Battle Party?
No.
That's the League of Legends clone they made.
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
whole
I've seen
Adventure
screen
Time
caps
characters.
of it. You can be Simon Petrikov.
You can be the
You
Magic
can also
Man,
be the Lich.
and his ultimate is called Eat It.
Can you be Peppermint Man?
Yeah.
Peppermint Butler.
I don't
Butler?
know,
Can you
actually.
smack people saying you should have given them to me?
I have never. I don't know what this show is, so I don't know if that's.
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
reference.
that's a reference.
It's like, well, it worked.
Like,
Now I want to have your babies.
There's like this guy who falls in love with PB, and then she's just like, no, go away, blah, blah, blah. And then Peppermint Butler's just like, hey, let me help you. And then he makes a deal with the demon and has the demon, like, possess this guy to make him look more attractive or whatever. Then he ends up, like, basically being, like, this monstrosity. And
Yeah,
then
he's still
that's
attractive.
when Peppermint Butler develops a crush on him. Because he likes demonic-looking things, I guess.
Okay.
But she
okay,
sends
then.
him
Good
away.
talk.
She sends him away, and he's just, like, mad. So
It's
he
like,
slaps
you should have
him.
given it to me. He just spit slaps him.
Yeah.
I love Christina's explanation of things where she's like, so like Peppermint Butler like turns this guy into a demon and then he falls in love with him, but then PB's like, go away, and then he gets mad, and it's like that's like what I expect a 4-year-old would explain to me Star Wars, where like there's this guy and he hates his dad and like he blows up this ball and then like he kisses his sister or something like that.
It sounds
That's-
like the female version of Totally Kyle.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Totally Kyle?
You don't remember Totally Kyle?
I guess I don't. The internet.
From the Amanda Show. One
Yeah.
time, I saw a spider in my bathtub, and I was like, "Oh, spider!" And the spider was like, "Oh, Kyle."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I let's keep our Nickelodeon 90s trivia related to 100 good deeds for Eddie McWhatever.
So, going back to the party, the reason I brought it up was because
Eddie McDowell. There we go.
I'm glad we had
Nice,
that.
Bret. Nice.
Yeah.
No, that's a tragic show because he's still wandering. He's dead now. Because it's been like, what, 10 years? And he was a dog, so he's probably dead now. Eddie McDeed is dead.
Bret,
Eddie McDead.
shut up.
You have a lot of good deeds.
And here's the really fucked up part. Even if Eddie McDeed, if somehow
Dowd.
the character... Dowd, whatever.
Eddie
If he
McDeed.
somehow survived and did the 100 deeds, even though that guy, who I guess he was like God or something, was kind of bullshit, was like, nope, I'm adding another 20 more because 10 points to Gryffindor. Even if he did get through, the dog that played him in the TV show is dead.
Cool.
It's weird if you think about it. Any
Moving
TV show,
on.
when you were a kid, if they had a
Moving
dog,
on.
that dog's dead.
Moving on.
And moving on,
Right.
like I was saying, the reason I brought up the LAN party was because, fuck.
You're still on that?
Because here's the
Right.
thing. Oh, if it was just like them saying, gay this, gay that, it would be one thing. What really threw me off was one of them played gay porn on their monitor for laughs.
What?
Yeah, they played like hardcore gay pornography.
Well, we used to do
On
that.
the-
We used to do that to our friends in college.
no, not like, you know,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
this is
high
a
school, you're stupid.
I don't mean like a trick. No, someone deliberately put gay porn on their monitor for laughs.
Okay. Because like if we do it, like someone gets up to go to the bathroom, we lock their profile image. It's like hardcore porno.
Well,
You guys are
no,
terrible.
That's not. That's just setting inappropriate picture as their profile image.
Yes.
But so
That's
I'm
not
guessing
making
that
fun
this
of
guy,
it.
this guy had the gay porno on his laptop or like on his monitor, and he's like, "Haha, this is so weird, right? I'm not the only one with a boner, right? Come on,
Like,
guys."
one of them actually was like, oh my, he was laughing. It was like the funniest thing he ever seen. It was like one guy has his mouth on the other guy's dick, and it's like two black guys, and they're blowing each other. It's all hilarious. And like, we're going here like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
So after the party, I'm driving my brother back. Like, that was weird about that friend who was laughing about those gay guys. And my brother goes, I think he might be gay.
That's a good
I
point.
think he might be just in the closet.
That he's like, come on, guys, this is weird, right? Like, if anyone did this, you guys wouldn't accept them, and right? Like you wouldn't like maybe hit
He's
them,
like
but
testing,
you wouldn't let them
he's
in
like
the group.
testing the waters or something.
Testing the water. I don't even know if he
people
was.
hate me.
But here's the thing: I don't even know if he
me.
was the one who brought it up, who brought up the gay porn on the monitor. I think that was just because they were showing each other like gross out videos, like 2 girls, 47 cups or whatever, or like cake farting. And...
So speaking about girls and corrupting youth and gayness, Christina, what about that Steven Universe?
Well, there's actually 2 Steven Universe episodes.
Makes that show, though.
There is 2 Steven Universe episodes because they're having a Steven bomb.
Have they introduced the medals yet?
No, they have not introduced the medals yet.
Will you be allowed to bring in like Stephen bombs into an airplane?
Probably because if
they
they ever make
search for
DVDs
those.
of it.
If they ever make, oh man, that'd be the nerdiest thing. Like someone like pulls out a DVD, it's like, sir, this is a weapon. It's like, no, it's just Steven Bomb. It's 5 episodes that they played at once, and it ends with Estelle singing "Stronger Than You." Like, sir, we're gonna need you.
It ends with your heart being catapulted into a wall and shattering into a million pieces. That's how it ends.
They're gonna fucking take you to a special room if you say that, Christina. They're gonna be like, yeah, step aside. You're getting the special search.
Every search is special. You put your heart into it.
Anyway, so the one on Monday was about how Ruby and Sapphire met. And
How did they meet?
So cute.
How did they meet?
It was a singles
One
bar.
was nice. The one was like Ruby was a bodyguard of Sapphire's, and then they like fuse when they get attacked by Rose and Pearl, and everybody's just like, oh my god, why did you do that, blah blah, and they're gonna
This is an allegory for something that happens in the real world.
Everything
except
is terrible.
reversed. I do love how, like, on the nose, though, that metaphor was, where they're like, someone who fused and it wasn't with someone of their same variety? That's weird.
we're going to kill you for this.
They're going to destroy you.
Actually, somebody...
We're going to corrupt the children with this.
Is there like an emperor for Steven Universe?
Yeah, the diamonds.
Diamonds. Are they the
Yellow
emperor?
diamond.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's yellow, blue, and another one, I think.
And possibly pink, which people think is rose.
Well, there's yellow and blue, and then there's like a clear diamond. White diamond. And
The
then,
pure diamond.
And then the rumor is there's rose diamond. Because rose
Pink
quartz.
diamond.
Pink diamond. Whatever. Oh my god, Christina. Like...
Pink diamond, Bret. Jeez.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Bret, the Bothans, why do you have to correct us every time we talk about the Bothans? And I'm like, okay, what about clear diamond? Actually, that's white diamond.
Everyone has that one thing that they have to correct other people on.
Yeah, Bret.
Everything.
Mine's
Jeez.
just the coolest one.
No, yours is just the one that everybody else likes.
Yeah.
So I'm basic as shit.
Yep.
You basic.
You basic. Raise your hand if you basic.
So does that mean I have to go to a doctor's office and they have to diagnose you with,
reference things that are funnier than us.
Sir, you're diagnosed with basic bitchness.
Oh, I just thought I liked Uggs, but it turns out I'm actually basic. Who would have ever thought that listening to One Creek Hill album, it's not an album, it's a TV show, blah, blah,
Like a
blah.
PSA.
There was this girl I worked with, and like some kids like, what's that tattoo on your arm? She's like, oh, this is my favorite quote from One Tree Hill. And in my head, I was just like, basic.
Why would you get a quote from a show?
Because it was like, the power to love is stronger than anything else in the universe.
Read a book.
Like, basic.
That's why, like, I'd rather just get a tattoo of, like, something that means something to me. That's not from a show.
Oh, well, like, I'll be honest, I'd probably end up with, like, a Green Lantern thing, or, like, I'd be totally...
You'd be with a Green Lantern tramp stamp.
Yeah.
like totally get a tattoo that has
You get a
like...
ruby and sapphire tattoo.
No, I would not.
You would.
Nope.
Would you get your gems? Oh, that
I
someone
don't
has to
a
have done
gem
that.
Soda. What?
They've tattooed like an amethyst or pearl gem on, or like the double gems for
Yeah,
garnet.
probably somebody.
Probably. It's like
Probably. Oh, you're like, yeah. There's probably someone sad enough.
that makes
It's
job
not
interviews
really
weird.
that bad. I mean, you could just
Yeah,
do,
it
like...
is. Your palms of your hands or your forehead.
I think the best gem to get a tattoo of is probably lapis. Could it just be a
because
back
hers
tattoo?
is on her back.
Yeah. Or
just wear a
So-
t-shirt.
Or
So,
Steven.
so Christina.
Just get it on your stomach.
Oh, well, yeah, put it on your stomach, yeah.
So Christina, who's
Amethyst
best
might
gem,
work, too.
and why are you wrong about it?
Steven.
Who's the hottest gem?
Oh, no.
No, who's best gem? Eli. Eli's gonna help me with this one.
Who's
I am.
who's
Christina,
the best
just
gem?
say who you think best gem is.
Best gem's actually different than hottest gem. For me.
Oh, just say best gem.
No, hottest gem is obviously Jasper.
Okay,
I'm gonna
why
just
not?
fucking walk away. Just fucking burn my computer down. Just say what best gem is.
Is that why you go to the gym, Brett, to look like Jasper?
Yeah.
You're on the exercise bike, you have a picture of Jasper going like, you gonna be the goal.
Okay, no. I do play trailers for Star Wars movies, and I'm like, don't look at me, anyone. Don't look.
Wow.
This is the 30th time I've watched this trailer.
If only I watched it just 30 times.
Yeah, you probably watched it like 100 times.
Christina, best gem. God damn it.
Lapis.
That's a weird way to
Eli.
pronounce pearl.
There you go, Eli. All right. Christina, what's your favorite song for Steven Universe?
My favorite song?
Anaconda.
That's hard.
Okay, so what did you guys... What were your favorite things of the year?
What was
last
your
year?
favorite song, Brett?
Yeah. Why are you asking
maybe
all the
Giant.
questions?
Maybe Giant Woman. Oh, because I have nothing
Second
to say.
favorite song.
Second favorite song?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Stronger Than You, I guess?
Third favorite song.
I know, I was waiting for that.
Top 10 favorite songs.
Number 10.
Number 10. So, what were your favorite... Let's do the obligatory, easy suggestion thing of our favorite things of last year.
Top 10 letters that start with the letter P.
It's top 10 games that include people who are named after animals. Number 5, snake.
Top 17 indefinite articles.
Christina, what was your favorite thing of last year? That you also liked?
Well, I did a summary of art. That was kind of cool.
Ooh.
Oh, no, I'm talking about
art
things,
stuff.
not things you did.
Things.
in
Lo-
general. Like,
It's like,
I
we're not
don't know.
talking
They
about
were
things
like-
you've accomplished. We're
they
talking
were
about
like,
things you enjoyed as a hobby.
what were favorite...
I do art as a hobby
Ah.
as of right now.
What were some of your favorite movies of the year? 'Cause I can't actually... I don't think last year was great in terms of
Mad
overall movies.
Max.
Mad Max actually was kind of a perfect movie. Ant-Man was kind of fun.
Star Wars. Yeah, Ant-Man was okay. I think
Star Wars
I'm
was
I'm
pretty
just
good.
hitting the
I no longer give a crap about superhero
hero
movies.
movie fatigue.
Yeah. No, I think last year is like a perfect example of just the fatigue of the superhero franchise, because it's like just Avengers 2. I just couldn't
You're just
give
like,
a fuck.
I
okay.
completely forgot that there was an Avengers 2, to be honest.
Yeah, Avengers 2 happened last year, in case you forgot.
It's like, how
Yeah.
did I forget that?
And then Ant-Man, like, it's funny that Ant-Man was more memorable than the second Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Because
And
they had that
even
guy
then,
who
it
were talking
wasn't-
about art and shit.
It wasn't perfect. It was like, it was okay.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Ant-Man was
it's nice to
okay.
it's nice to see things that aren't really perfect or polished. You can just like things.
I
that
think
Yeah.
Age of Ultron kind of had good moments in it, but mostly it was just
I
like,
think
meh.
Age of Ultron was trying too hard to both capture the original while trying to be a new thing,
What?
and like,
Well,
it
and then
goes in
while
neither
trying
direction.
to juggle all the shit that happened before
And then it's
it,
like, oh, let's get the Hulkbuster suit in there, and let's
which
get
we
like
don't need, and
and
get
it's
all
just
the other
and then
stuff
like
in there.
Ultron doesn't feel that threatening as a villain, and then like, oh, it's just, and it doesn't. It felt more like it was trying to set up other movies like Civil War and stuff like that.
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
best things ever by talking about the things that didn't really work.
Well, no, we can
We're just
Mad Max
talking
was
about-
like a perfect movie. I think
Mad Max was really, really good.
Mad
movie.
Max was great. Like,
I
it's
think the reason why I loved it so much is that it did what most movies probably set out to do, or probably should do, but don't
Be
do
mad?
most of the time. No,
Be mad.
they show it
Have a character
showed
named
not
Max?
told stuff.
yeah. I think like when we
There
first
was a
saw
lot
it,
of
I kind of
showing and not telling.
when we went to see it for the first time, I kind of like leaned over and told you like an hour and a half into the movie is when they have their first like sit down scene and they actually explain what's going on. And they're like, yeah, just let's talk about what we're gonna do. What's our plan? And I'm like, wow, this is the first time they've just sat down and talked.
That sounds like Wall-E.
Yeah,
Sounds like what they did in Wall-E.
except it's
Yeah.
more extreme.
Well, depends who you ask.
Extreme.
It's like extreme Wally.
Extreme.
Wall-E.
Yes.
Dibbidi-dibbidi-dibbidi-dibbidi-doo.
But I think it's also just that like it's an action movie that doesn't play doesn't bullshit around with you. Like you have no idea where the movie's going. Like it's not one of those movies that like you see the trailers and you're like, oh okay, here's this and it's like it's like whenever you see a fucking movie nowadays and it's like the guy's gonna get the power gauntlet that lets him shoot fire, and then you like fucking have to watch the trailer. Like once you see the trailer, then you go to see the movie. You're like, can you just get the fucking gauntlet and we can get to like laser shooting time already?
He was the chosen one.
Yeah, like we got to get like a 30-minute intro scene like in the 90s when it's like the kid's like, I'm new to town and there's a kid making fun of me. We're like, can we just get to the fucking Jumanji? Like,
Why does the new kid always get picked on?
because he's new.
He's
Maybe-
different.
That girl says she doesn't watch television. What a weirdo.
That kid's a virgin. Wow.
I put a spell on you.
But yeah, like
Thank you for getting that.
it
It gets down to the brass tacks instantly. It's like, yeah, this is a movie about Mad Max, and he's like fucking driving a car. Enjoy
and
the
here
next
are
2
other
hours.
people driving cars, and here's a really big chase scene of people driving cars and exploding.
It sounds like
And then here's just this random guy who's just like has this flaming flamethrower guitar because, you know.
why not?
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Well, fuck it, why not?
Everything.
Anything's possible. It's like there's no world anymore.
There's no reason to live.
It's like fuck it.
This guy has reason to live.
This
though.
isn't. We're turning Mad Max to some nihilism shit.
Yeah, Mad Max, more like Mad Life. Mad World. Oh, there we go.
Mad world.
No, the original Tears for Fears version.
Mad world.
Yeah,
A million faces.
but like, the more I think about it, the more like there was a couple of standouts. I really enjoyed The Martian. I thought that was great. What?
Never watched that.
It was really good.
It was about Marvin the Martian.
I've heard one really good complaint about The Martian, though, which was that the issue with The Martian is that the book spreads out everything over the course of a long period of time.
Well, I
but
mean,
since it's a movie,
Yeah, that's
they need to condense it.
Adaptation stuff.
Yeah, but like he's on Mars for like, I think it's like like a year and a half, 2 years or so. But like in the movie, it feels like he's on Mars for like 2 months because of how they condense things.
Yeah. I mean that's gonna be a complaint.
Yeah, but I actually really enjoyed that. I also really liked Star Wars. I thought that was a really great way. Like, I think it works on both levels, where it's like really cool for fans just to see the universe come back, but then like I don't know, like people who never really cared that much about the franchise. It's really cool to see them be like, oh wow, let's go see the originals. Like, oh, this is. I remember watching those movies, but didn't really care. Now it's really cool to see it back. I'm gonna rewatch everything.
Well, there goes everything I was going to say.
Oh, well, go for it.
No, like you said it right. It's like a series that I didn't care for, but then I realized when I watched it, it's like, I do care.
Well, and it's just like, I love like seeing people like do criticism of the movie, and it's just like, oh, the droid has the plan. Sounds like something else we've seen. And it's like, well, there's going to be a little bit of poetry at rhymes, but like, unlike the prequels where it was poetry at rhymes with really shitty characters, the thing was, the Star Wars movies have never really been about these great, epic, and interesting plots. I mean, they fucking blow up 2 Death Stars in the course of 3 movies. Like, it's always been about really caring
totally
about...
worked the first time.
Yeah, the Star Wars movies have always mainly been about really great characters that you care about and seeing what happens to them. I mean, nothing really detrimental to the plot. Well, kind of,
it's
but
characters and character relationships.
But yeah, nothing really important that changes the layout of the universe happens in Empire Strikes Back. Yet it's still like regarded as one of the best of the. I think it's the best of the franchise, just because it shows the characters at such like great moments. And that's kind of what I feel with like the Force Awakens, where it introduces these characters. They're great. Love Kylo as a villain because he's something new. He's not like Darth Maul. I'm a fucking badass. I'm not going to talk. He's not Darth Vader, who kind of earns being a badass.
I think what really sold like the character to me was that interrogation. Spoilers. That interrogation scene with trying to.
I love how you say spoilers. The fucking movie's been out for a month. If you haven't seen it at this point, it's your fault.
Jesus Christ. People have shit to do.
I get so tired.
People have shit to do, Bret.
Yeah, well, people have shit to do. They don't need to fucking yeah, people have something to do for a month. What are they, fucking like crab fishermen in Deadliest Catch? They're like fucking watching videos while crab fishing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the Star Wars spoilers.
Oh my god.
What do you have against crab fishers?
Bret.
They give us crabs.
Bret, you're alienating our crab fisher.
Yeah, I'm alienating Alaskan crab fishers.
You're alienating our crab audience. They're going like, I'm snapping my hands. They're walking.
All of our Deadliest Catch viewers just gonna be like, this is bullshit. I was on a fucking boat, okay?
I ain't doing
the deadliest job.
That's the deadliest job, really.
But
it's
yeah, so
dangerous.
What were you saying about Kylo Ren?
I was saying what really sold me Kylo Ren was when Rey basically said, "You're afraid that you won't be as strong as Darth Vader," and I felt like, is that kind of like the movie where they're like, "You're afraid you won't be as like well liked or like as regarded as the movie," or is that like an interpretation of what people were?
I think like a lot of people are like, oh, he's like an emo, blah, he's like crying, blah. But it's like, it actually comes off more like what Anakin could have been if Lucas was a better imagined writing. I don't want to say he's a bad writer, but if he just had a better idea of what he wanted to do with the prequels, that I think what we would have seen was like a Kylo Ren-esque character, a character who's so worried about being weak that he ends up becoming corrupted because of it. And that's clearly what's happening with Kylo Ren. He's been corrupted because he's just so like pushed towards this ideal of being a powerful Jedi.
Like, the thing with him is that like he's pulled towards either sides, whereas like if they were to write Anakin that way, it was more like,
well, Anakin wanted to be on the light side, but he ended up on the dark side.
But it seemed like he
That's why he killed all those.
I don't know. People. I felt like he was kind of the driving force towards that, though. He was manipulated towards that side, but he was more of like
prone to doing bad things. Yeah, I can see that.
Whereas Kylo's kind of like, I want to be the badass.
Yeah,
but I have a heart of gold.
Yeah, like I that's and I like that the end of his arc at the end of the movie isn't like, oh, he's going to be redeemed. It's like, no, he's a heartless monster.
And he has to deal with his heartless monstrous.
I love Spoilers.
Watch out, crab people.
Watch out, crab fishermen of Alaska. I like that, like, him killing his father signifies that we might not get a redemption arc for the character. We might actually get the inverse of that, where it might be he goes farther and farther towards being evil. And so that's kind of like what his arc is going to be.
I actually read this interesting thing, although it did a lot of over analysis, like stuff that was kind of like, okay, you're looking too far into this, but it brought up an interesting point as to why he was angry at the end.
Societal norms for men.
And it was because he was building a lot of stuff towards the moment where he killed his father, and he thought that would be the thing that would make everything go away, and he'll be like the Darth Vader he always wanted to be. But it then, like, after that was him kind of finding out, oh wait, that didn't work the way I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, I like
just
that
pissed off that it didn't work.
I like that he's
that's
something we haven't really gotten in Star Wars before, because every other movie, it's always kind of been like, the villain is a major badass, and he's a level 85,000 Force user who can use lightning.
But Kylo's a dork.
And Kylo's just a dweeb who just wants to be the cool. He's the guy at the Star Wars convention who tries to do like the Darth Maul moves, like flipping around, but trips himself on his own like lightsaber prop.
Oh,
and,
so
like,
it's you,
falls on
Bret.
his face.
And he does the
Basically
bad
me.
thing and kills somebody, and then realizes, oh shit.
I don't think Kylo realized like he did something bad.
He was more
I think
like,
he's happy.
It's like one step further to my grandpa.
I don't know. I mean, it all depends on, because that whole thing, I feel like they would probably explore either way in the next movie. Maybe.
I just love how much big of a dork he is that he doesn't even get why he doesn't even get that Darth Vader kind of, well, how he's supposed to know that yeah.
They do know that Darth Vader. They know that Darth Vader did the bad, but they're like, oh, but that was a moment of weakness for him. It's weird. It's
where he killed the Emperor.
They
Spoilers
see
for,
that
Return of the
as
Jedi.
he had a moment, like what they say about like turning to the light side. That's how they see Vader. They see that for a second he was corrupted by the light side. But other than that, like, the only other movies I can really think of, we saw Hateful Eight.
I keep thinking of that, like, the Are We the Baddies sketch, where it's like, you call yourself the dark side.
Yeah.
You're blowing up planets. It's like, are we the bad guys?
But there was, we got to see the 70mm version of, what do we call that? Hateful Eight. And, I don't know, like, I asked you what you thought, and you were kind of, like, vague about it, Christina.
How many people were there?
It was a lot. It was packed.
I meant
in the movie.
I
meant in the movie.
Oh.
How many people were in there?
There's actually
9
people.
There was actually 9.
False advertisements. Fuck this movie.
And then
0
there
out of
was
10.
there was like a 10th technically.
How
and
dare
then
you.
there was
yeah.
And then like technically there was like some people who showed up in like before. So like
yeah, but those guys didn't count.
But
how hateful were they?
They weren't too hateful.
Oh. So we have the kind of hateful.
I do love how our program books, there are 9 people walking around the house, the like place that the movie takes place for most of the time. There's 9 people walking around there, and in our pamphlet there were 8 character profiles for each of the Hateful Eight, and I'm like, wait, Christina, this 9th guy, he's not in the pamphlet. He's probably like some big bad guy, like in disguise, and then he dies right after the intermission.
I was so sad that he died, though. I like him.
I like him too.
Yeah.
He had a cool hat.
Okay, Christina. Now that's a movie that just came out, so spoilers, Christina. Think of the Crab Fisherman. But we got to see it in what do we call that, in 70mm, which was pretty cool. We got to hear the buzzing of the projector as it turned on and as it was like playing, which was pretty cool. Like I haven't heard that in so long. It's so interesting. And there was an overture and an intermission. It was pretty cool. I liked the movie. I the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of like, it feels like it's going back. It was too much like Reservoir Dogs. I know, Christina, you haven't seen Reservoir Dogs, but it had a lot of Reservoir Dogs in it. And Reservoir Dogs was basically just this story about group of guys do a bank robbery, and then after they do the bank robbery,
there were jokers still left of them, and
after they do the bank robbery, which has gone horribly wrong, you see that most of the movie is played from an abandoned warehouse where they try to take refuge after the robbery, and they realize one of them must have tipped off the cops, and they're trying to figure that out while they're just like sitting around, and it's this big talking piece. It's Quentin Tarantino's first movie, probably one of his best. It might be my favorite of his. Maybe I think maybe Pulp Fiction takes it over that. But Hateful Eight takes a lot of that. Takes a lot of those elements.
Yeah, I could see
like,
that.
Yeah, I feel like if you really liked Reservoir Dogs, like you might like this at first, but then the more I just sit around and I think about it, I'm like, oh, but it is just kind of a Western version of Reservoir Dogs. Like,
that might sound okay.
It's okay. I think it's a fine movie. I don't think it's a great movie. I don't think it. At first, I was really excited because I'm like, oh, it's Reservoir.
I could see why Tarantino probably only has 2 more movies in him.
Yeah, and I'm glad he's saying that he's only going to do 2 more wide release movies because I just don't want him to get to the point where he's like someone like Lucas, who it's like, you should have retired a long time ago.
It's all part of my artistic vision.
All part of my vision. That's why Jar Jar steps in the poopy. Tarantino, because you're starting to see Tarantino kind of retreating into the comfortable with this.
He's retreating into the tropes that he made himself.
Well, Tarantino got popular because he did what Lucas did with Star Wars, which he went back to the movies he watched as a child and tried to reinvigorate them for a new generation. And now, again, what Lucas did, he went from creating like a new version of the tropes he loved to just making that making what he was making before because people liked it. Like Lucas started off by Buck Rogers and
the 24th and a half century.
Flash Gordon. Like, he was clearly making stuff based on those kind of ideals. And now he's just making Star Wars, which is like the thing you were making becomes the thing. And that's kind of what I feel like Tarantino is starting to do. He's starting to get to that point where he's not making movies based on blaxploitation and exploitation films. He's just making Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
And that's why I actually enjoy the fact that he's gonna I don't know, I hope he goes into maybe like producing or something, but I'm glad that he's not gonna go out like something like Francis Ford Coppola, who's like making movies that you're like, oh, you once made The Godfather, dude.
Why did you make Jack?
Why are you making this? Why are you making a movie about a clown crying on a green screen for 20 minutes?
That was actually my intro for film class. No, it wasn't.
No, but I'm not even really joking. I'm a little joking, but that is basic.
That sounds like art. That sounds like art. That sounds like something I would watch.
Yeah, that sounds like an art house film.
That's basically what it was. He's making like weird art house films, but it's like, dude, you're
like Andy Warhol stuff.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, you made The Godfather. That's like if Quentin Tarantino came out and was like, yeah, I'm gonna make like some weird movie about a guy finding a jar, and it turns out the jar is just a symbol for his marriage that's failed. Like,
there's a poem about that.
And there's a My Little Pony in the jar.
oh God.
And
oh
it's
God.
just drowning in splooge.
Oh no. I was already thinking that.
I love how every time I tell people that story, I'm like, yeah, and you won't believe what happens next. And you're like, yeah, they filled the jar up with splooge. I'm like, wait, how do you know that? And everyone's like, everyone knows about the splooge jar, My Little Pony. Everyone knows about the splooge jar, My Little Pony.
Get the program, Bret.
But yeah, I think that,
even the crab guys know it.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of my like whole feeling towards this year in movies, where it was just, it was good. Like, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't like, you know, like everyone every year just wants to be like, this was the worst year for movies. This was the worst year for video games. I'm like, this was a meh year for video games.
It was a very big year for indie games.
Movies. Indie games. Yeah, indie games are kind of where it's at this year. I think that me and Christina are going to kind of be decidedly on the same note for what we think our game of the year is. Eli?
Me?
Yeah, what would you say your game of the year is?
I don't think I haven't played that many games this year, to be honest.
Oh,
I don't really play that many games either.
Yeah, but I think it's like easily, it's probably something like Undertale is my favorite game of the year. Like,
you know what's funny? If I played Undertale, it probably would have been there. But then again, like I said, I
see you posting Undertale shit all the time.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I love about the internet. You can be a fan of something without actually like watching the thing, because I just love seeing fan stuff about it.
And I do get that like some of the fan stuff gets annoying. Like I was me and Christina were at a New Year's Eve thing, and this girl there was playing Splatoon, and she showed me the Miiverse for Splatoon now, and it's like, Jesus fuck, this game isn't even about Undertale. Why is Sans posted on everything? But
who is the skeleton man?
It's probably like Homestuck, which is something that I'm like, if I sat down and read it, I might think that this is funny, but like I don't want
if
to.
You
because
sat
of the
down
community.
and fucking read that.
That's also like a beast that's
that
like
thing needs
what's it, like 1,000
notes.
issues.
It needs spark notes.
It's
That's
like over 1,000 issues.
I don't have patience for that shit, and I got up until like I think the farthest I got was chapter 3. It's a lot of reading. I'm like,
every time I try doing it always comes across as like a quick adventure game, and I feel like, am I in the right place? Is this the wrong place?
I was like, I came into
it's
that
an interesting
series,
concept for a webcomic, but then it just like dives into.
I came into that
from
series
what I've
for
seen,
the comic aspect of the webcomic, but it turned into reading, and you know how much I like reading.
From what I saw, like it starts off funny with like the kid who's like afraid of gushers or something like that. Like it sounded like
quirky.
It sounded like it was supposed to be quirky and funny at first, and then it like creates its own mythology, and then gets really up its own ass about its own mythology.
That sounds awesome.
Unlike the fucking trolls that I see at every anime convention. That's like the picture that someone posted of Sans, and it's like, who is this man? Why is he here?
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel about that's how I feel about like when I'm at a convention and there's like 1,000 trolls. I'm like, what are troll? Why are you here? Like,
yeah, that probably is what GameFAQs feels like right now.
Why are all these people gray?
So yeah, there's that. Splatoon was like a really interesting.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm just watching awesome games done
Bret,
quick, and there's
stop multitasking.
But there's this guy sitting in the front row. He's texting on his phone. He looks up and sees that he's on the camera feed. He gets up and he moves a seat back. He's still in camera shot, but he just gets up and he moves one seat back.
Nice.
Is he like looking at porno? He's probably looking at porno.
I'm doing that right now.
The chair is conveniently covering his crotch.
Oh, okay, you're looking too.
Yeah.
You're multitasking too, you liar.
And there's someone with a knife behind him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But, yeah, other video games, like, it's weird. The video games that I had the most fun with this year are, like, kind of the smaller releases, because the bigger releases...
Well, actually, a lot of them are, like, original series things, too. Undertale was an original idea... For the most part.
Story, which I didn't finish. That was actually I was gonna
original property.
I was gonna try and do Her Story, but I wanted to kind of give that its own time to like play that.
What else was there? Splatoon was a new
Splatoon
IP.
was a brand new idea. Darkest Dungeon, which me and you were talking about, and we didn't know if it should be a game of the year because it's technically not out of pre-release.
It's going to come out next year or this year.
Yeah, Life is Strange. So you want to talk about that? Because I actually really enjoyed Life is Strange.
I have the first. I haven't played the first episode yet. I got it.
I kind of agree with if you look at Femme Frequency's.
Don't say that name, or else we're going to get
really
bad comments.
Oh, do I block that out?
No, keep going. Keep going.
There's just going to be like a beep, and it's like, don't say that name.
If you go on,
don't fucking say that name.
It's like the Beetlejuice of video games.
If you
Say
go
it 3
on
times
to,
and demons appear.
if you go onto the curation page, it says like pretty good game about a young woman coming into power, like coming of age with powers and stuff. Cringeworthy dialogue at times, and I'm like, yeah, that's.
I don't know.
That's how.
I think it's just it knocked it out of the park with what it was leading to, because it's like a lot of like the Telltale stuff is it's like you feel like it's leading to something, and then the final act is just so meh that you're like, oh, okay. But like Life is Strange, it sets up its stuff, and it's like, no, this is a big thing, something big from the very first minute of the game. They're like, this is leading to something very important, something very big. And so that's why I really love the end of it, which is just like, you have to make this very big decision. And it's one of those few games where, like, I actually felt like I could make the big decision without worrying. Like, I was like, no, you know what? Fuck this. This is my choice. And it's not like, kill the baby or don't kill the baby. Or it's like, or
and you
something
kill
like
the
that.
baby and the baby comes up later anyway.
Yeah, or like, to be fair, there was a lot of those kind of Telltale-y moments, but I think that this was the year of people emulating Telltale and doing better than Telltale, because I'm going to bring up another example in a minute. Yeah. But
I don't remember
I think
the name of that game.
Life is Strange did a really good job. I think the choices felt great. The world around you felt great. Playing around with the powers was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like because like
so,
those
Max,
time powers walk the line of being like OP and completely doing it wrong.
Okay, just keep going. Just keep going. Whatever.
What, Bret? We were talking
I'm trying to explain for anyone who doesn't know what this is.
Okay, fine.
Life is Strange is a tale about this girl named Max who discovers one day she has the ability to rewind time.
Bret. More people know about Life is Strange than they know about our podcast. So,
I think that whatever. Just she realizes she has time powers. She can reverse time, what I think is the best is it's a really subtle way of just being like, hey, do you want to be able to redo any major choice you have to see potential instant outcomes, but you can't change the big outcomes, which is really great. Like,
so it's like Back to the Future with millennials.
Yeah, I guess. It is actually a very millennial game where like all the kids are walking around like, I'm gonna be an artist someday. I'm gonna be like the best photographer.
I'm gonna Netflix and chill AF.
But the other one, which I didn't like as much as Life is Strange, but I actually really enjoyed, was Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Until Dawn.
I think Until Dawn is probably like one of the best games of the year. It's one of the best console games because it's like, the thing is, it's like a perfect summation of like all those great like 80s and 90s horror movies.
I feel like Life is Strange was it drew its inspiration more from Telltale, whereas Until Dawn was more from Heavy Rain and shit.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And it out heavy rained, which was
isn't
awesome.
that hard. Like Heavy Rain with.
It was definitely trying to be more of what Heavy Rain was, but like Heavy Rain kind of blew, and like there were there was so many things that like Heavy Rain is fun for like the first run through, and then you're just like, oh no, it's pretty bad because there's like the origami killer, and
You
you're just
always
like,
make
what?
that sound Russian.
French.
I always thought
I
I'd
didn't
make it
know
sound
that.
like. I thought I always make it sound like Swissguard, where I'm just like, the origami killer. But, like, they just get so much fucking wrong in that. And then, Until Dawn, like, the only thing was they hired too many actors from things I knew. There was Bret, whatever his name is, from...
Is it Bret with 2 T's or Bret with 1 T?
2 T's.
Then fuck them. There's only one named Bret, and they had 1 T.
There can only be one. That's
Rip
what
off
every stereotypical asshole says.
Here we are, born to be kings.
So Brett Dalton, there we go. I think that's his name. Brett Dalton, like from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then there's the guy from Mr. Robot. Then there's Hayden Panettiere.
Who has a very... everybody actually has very distinctive faces, but the iRobot guy has an even more distinctive face.
Like, yeah, you could really tell it's the iRobot guy instantly.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, it's Shia LaBeouf. Not iRobot. Mr. Robot.
No, I thought it was iRobot.
I was thinking Will Smith. Eli,
yeah.
why are you so against black people?
No, it was just like
Eli
every
does
time I think
not
of iRobot,
care
I think,
about black
why
people.
Was, no, I would think every time I think of iRobot, I was thinking, why was Shia LaBeouf in that movie?
He was like the young sidekick.
Yeah, I know, but why was he? He wasn't even a psychic. He only was there like what, 2 scenes?
Did he actually watch that in his like stream of all his movies, or did he leave that out since he's like kind of just filler?
I think he would watch that. He would go like, "I was a good job as a robot." He probably thinks he was a robot.
Did he do that for Indiana Jones, or he's like, "This is a good one"?
He probably
I
thinks
should
he
have
was
been
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones. I should have been him.
I should have been with the beard and everything.
Now I'm just thinking as Marky Mark as Indiana Jones. Like, hey Temple, really love what you're doing there. I really think you're great. Say hi to your mother for me. Hey indigenous people, you're really doing a great job. I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Hey, start the
Say
boat.
hi to your mother for me.
Start the boat, man. Start it. Yeah. Yay, snakes. I really don't like what you're doing right here.
But
Don't
yeah,
say
no.
hi to your mother to me.
Until Dawn. I was going to say Beyond Dawn.
Beyond
Dawn.
Nice. But Until Dawn.
Beyond Dawn.
I think Jim Sterling said it best when he was like, this is what they always want to do. What Quantic Dreams is always claiming that they can do. And it's like, this is actually...
That's why I'm not really excited for their next game. It's just like, okay.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh my
like,
god.
Yeah, name your game after the place that you're like, you're naming it after that? Like...
No, I want to see their
too hard to
interpretation.
get the name of. Like,
I want to see their interpretation of Detroit.
I kind of just...
Well, isn't the main character a white robot? And it's like they can't even...
If there's going to be a movie called Detroit and it stars a white person, it better be Eminem. That's all I'm saying.
No, don't worry. It's starring a white woman robot, I think.
But like...
Female Eminem.
But like...
Oh, and tell me if you've ever heard this.
No,
it's
and then
a story...
watch them still have like freaking doorknobs in the center of the doors, even though that's never been a thing over here.
I've heard them complain that it's not this, but their story basically seems like it's going to be like, oh, a female robot realizes that she might feel human emotions and
wow, that hasn't been done before.
And robot.
And she wants to be like treated like a human, and she goes on a quest for what it means to be human.
That
and people were like, everyone's fucking done that, and they're like, no, we're doing it differently.
We're
not doing the
same
old thing.
Way.
It's like if the Tin Man was a woman.
What if the Tin Man was a cop?
Oh
No, that's actually a movie, but
really,
yeah.
You know, I'm not surprised.
It's an Alice in Wonderland story.
I mean, once upon a time, fucking exists, so why not?
If it was a gruff interpretation of a Tin Man, or is it just like the original Tin Man? It's like, oh, Dorothy.
No, it's just like he's like
I don't know if I want to
he's
hold
like
this
an
gun.
old timey cop, and they're like, "Why do you call you Tin Man?" He's like, "Because in the Emerald City, they called all cops the tin. We all had badges made from tin. That's why we were the Tin Men." Oh, how like Christina's just losing it.
I remember, what's her name? Lindsay Ellis talking about that.
Yeah. That's where I saw it recently.
Tin.
Um.
I got no heart.
So Christina,
Yeah.
what game do you game? I'm fucking
What
dead.
game do I?
Are we
game?
good?
Okay, I talk about my
I got
favorite
58
album
minutes.
of the year.
Okay, talk about Kendrick Lamar's whatever album.
Oh, you read my mind. To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly. It's everybody always talks about like Good Kid, Mad City, and like Good Kid, Mad City is a great album. If you have not listened to it, what are you doing? Go listen to Good Kid, Mad City, and then go listen to Pimp a Butterfly because it's better. It's more like Kendrick. Now that he has the fame, he's sort of wondering what is he gonna do with it. What his position, sort of not just like, oh, I'm the greatest in the rap game, but more like how this fame sort of affected him and how he thinks, if he's wondering if he's using it for the right things. And if there's one song you should listen to, I would recommend well, all of them by the way, but Mortal Man. That's a fantastic song. It talks about like
Human.
Yeah, Mortal Man. It's like if it turns out that I'll end up in some set, or like if the news puts me out as like this guy who's out of who did something out of out of touch, would you still be a fan, or would you you have to listen to it. I can't even put it. It's a fantastic.
So it's like people's like, can you still be a fan of Orson Scott Card, even though he's kind of an asshole?
Kind of, yeah. It has some really good production work. Oh my god, it works alongside with.
Isn't that where that This Dick Ain't Free comes from?
Yeah, This Dick Ain't Free. Yeah, he works alongside with George Clinton and other.
Oh wow, the president.
Nice.
You know what's funny? I told myself if I were to talk about the Pimp a Butterfly, I would not make that joke because I think I
have some respect. God damn it! Now look at this picture of a guy masturbating to another guy on Tumblr.
Why specifically on Tumblr, Bret? I didn't say anything about Tumblr.
You always post like really homoerotic images on Tumblr.
But they're not jerking each other off yet.
Well, they're not jerking each other off. I went a little far on that, but I was like, I gotta commit now. I gotta fucking commit to this. I've gone too far.
I think I think there's a little Freudian slip there.
What's wrong with wanting to see a couple of guys just, who really care about each other and are just hardcore jerking each other off?
It's comedy for me. I just do it for the laughs. Yeah, so it's a really good album.
How many guys jerk each other off in the album?
20. No, go listen to it. It's very. They categorize it as jazz rap. And on the Google, I don't know. Well, yeah, it makes sense. I think so. That's all I have to say. Fantastic album. Anyone who says different is a liar.
Anyone who says
what good albums have you listened to this year, guys?
Star Wars soundtrack.
Star Wars soundtrack by John Williams and the London Symphony Orchestra.
Okay. You can just lie to me and say Taylor Swift 1989.
What's a Tay-Sway?
Tay-Sway.
Is it a way
Didn't that
of
come
movement?
out last year? Like
I don't know. It's one of the biggest albums of all time, Taylor Swift's.
No. Oh, the big album that came out this year was Adele.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh,
it's me. I'm in the cold and I'm scared.
I don't really know, like, if I listen to much. Like, I'm weird with music. I like music. I just listen to whatever I want to listen to.
Yeah,
I don't go like, oh, here's the new album from this performer.
Yeah, you're describing music the way I describe video games.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's every this year I've tried to get really into comic books. I've been reading up on Saga. I'm almost up at current. I'm like 3 months behind. Christina's been doing that with Miss Marvel.
I haven't been reading any comic books because I'm not a nerd.
Christina, you're almost to date on Miss Marvel issues.
Yeah, well, I didn't actually read.
Well, yeah, but once you read them, like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
comic books only take like an afternoon to read.
I'm getting Sandman Overture.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to buy that for you for your birthday.
Oh, I just said because
You could buy it for my
we'll
birthday,
talk
Bret.
about this later.
Okay. Yeah, but she's reading through Sandman. Did you ever finish the second volume?
No.
Okay.
Because once I stop, this is how I don't finish reading books. I don't even know what I just said.
This is how I don't finish reading books. I believe what you said.
This is how you remind me of how I really am.
This is how I read words good.
This
is how I good
girl.
words read.
This is well, that's why I just don't finish books because I just stop.
Said it again.
I know. I don't know what other way to say it.
This is how I read. I don't.
This is how I speak good.
But anyway, I stop reading a book and never go back to it.
Not reading makes you become dumber. I am.
Mayfell English, that impossible.
But yeah, no, comic books. I didn't. But the thing is, I was just catching up with stuff last year. I wasn't really reading anything new. Yeah, I can't. I kind of, part of me kind of wants to read into Sex Criminals because I've heard really good things about it.
I'll just reaffirm.
I have too many books
thing.
in my shelves that I have not finished reading yet.
I really want to read the new Patsy Walker comic.
Patsy Walker.
Patsy Walker. This is a really cool backstory, actually. So Patsy Walker, back when superhero comics were just starting, another type of comic that was really popular was the romance comic. The most popular that survived the era was Archie.
Uh-huh.
So
it's still
That's
going
a
on.
romance comic.
It started as a romance comic. So Patsy Walker was a romance comic that Marvel did, where it was just about this girl named Patsy who was like really popular and everyone loved her and blah blah blah. And
old timey, his name was Patsy.
So the idea for Marvel, they're just sitting around, and after they canceled Patsy Walker's comic, they're like, "Oh, let's make let's bring Patsy Walker back into the Marvel universe." And like, okay, how are we going to do that? Well, let's make it so that the Patsy Walker comic books in the Marvel continuity were a thing her mom was writing, and like and she became a child star because like, and if you fucking read if you've watched Gone Girl, this is basically the same plot. Patsy's mom.
Gone Home. Is that similar?
No. Patsy's mom basically created this comic book that got really popular called Patsy Walker. And she appeared in Jessica Jones, and she had the same plot line where like her mom basically made her a child star, but it kind of fucked her up. And so when she grew up, she's like, you know what? I'm going to be a fucking superhero. And so she learns karate, and she like learns the ability to like sense mystical forces and stuff like that. And she just goes around New York as
that?
What?
You could just learn that?
Yeah, I guess she just fucking learned it, Christina. That's
that's like an AP class or something?
Yeah, AP Mystical Energies.
You could just get a bachelor's degree.
Basically.
If you were to get a master's,
so Patsy becomes a superhero named.
Can you get a doctorate in it?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking throw something against a wall.
Does he study under Dr. Mystic?
Patsy.
No, Doctor Strange.
Patsy becomes a superhero named Hellcat. Hellcat.
That has nothing to do with anything.
And Hellcat. So the new series is kind of just poking fun of itself and everything, and it has a
Hellcat.
So it's kind of like Squirrel Girl.
Its visual style, I want to just show you an image. Its visual style is so Squirrel Girl. I mean, Squirrel Girl is another one that like I really need to read that. I need to.
I think there's only one trade out for that one.
Yeah, no, it's a fairly recent comic. I think it started last year.
We say Squirrel Girl. I keep thinking of that girl from Blaze Blue.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a squirrel girl in Blaze Blue.
Oops.
Yeah, the new comic's called Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat.
Oh, well, it looks kind of more like old-fashioned. Well, maybe.
Yeah,
not.
but if you read the actual comic art, it has a very like Squirrel Girl aesthetic. There you go, aesthetic. It's got that going for it, and I don't know. It looks really interesting. It looks like Marvel kind of like doing the whole new thing that they've been doing, which is just like bringing back older characters in newer and fresher ways, or making new characters. Patsy Walker isn't a new character. She's been around. She's one of Marvel's oldest characters. But yeah, like Squirrel Girl, revamping Squirrel Girl, or making a new character like Miss Marvel.
The back of the trade of Squirrel Girl, they included the first ever like issue she ever popped up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wasn't it an X-Men thing?
Let me check.
Is she a mutant? Is she a mutant?
Squirrel Girl's a mutant?
Yeah, I think she is a mutant.
Huh. I guess. Sure.
She controls squirrels, dude. Like, where do you think she got
pops
bit
up
by a
in
fucking
an
radioactive
Iron Man
squirrel?
I thought she was a girl who looked like a squirrel.
No. She has like actual squirrel powers.
She has a tail.
Controls squirrels.
She has a tail, and she can summon squirrels.
Alright.
She appears in an issue. Oh no, she's in an X. Like, okay, the cover is X-Men, but she appears with Iron Man. Like, her and Iron Man, like, hang out and stuff.
But
So
I
she's
don't...
like Aquaman for squirrels.
Yes, or she's like, what's her name from Final Fantasy X, except instead of really cool summoning stuff, she just summons squirrels.
She makes a squirrel suit.
What? Why did you reference Final Fantasy X?
Because there was a girl who summoned people. What's that girl's name?
Susie.
Yuna?
She's like Yuna, but she summons squirrels instead of like weird dead mothers.
Someone's do a mod where they have Yuna summon squirrels.
Someone should do a mod where my parents love me.
Nice.
Final Fantasy X, your parents love you.
Final Fantasy X, my dad doesn't think I'm a failure anymore.
Final Fantasy X, your mother wants to talk to you.
And with that, I think we should wrap up.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So, Christina, what you gonna do with all that
Where
junk?
you at, girl?
Good talk.
Yeah.
Good one.
My art
Crazy
blog
Cow.
included
Ableist.
in the description below.
Brett, what are you doing with your life?
I am at 1T Bret, and I'm not doing anything with my life. My
How's
dad
that Fallout
talks to me
4
about
review
it.
coming out?
Jesus fucking Christ, it's not. It's done. It's dead. You killed it. Fuck you. Podcast over. I'm stopping my recording.
Mad Max was great.
Christina, your mic cut out again.
Don't worry, I'll
did
do
yours, Bret. Jeez.
Okay.
I'll cut that out. I'll replace it with my voice.
I love how Christina, I'm just like, hey, Christina, you're having an audio issue. No, you're having an audio issue! You fucking bastard!
You're the one with problems.
Where's my southern accent, Bret?
I'll do next time when I'm not falling asleep at my desk.
Nice.
Oh, God. Brett is falling asleep. Let's all sing
I'm
a
like
song.
looking at the timer and I'm like 22 minutes, but it's felt like a fucking lifetime.
Jesus, my story was that fucking boring.
Try having my day, okay? Jeez.
How was
Do we
your
wanna
day,
keep going?
Christina?
Do we want to keep going? Because I know, Christina, you're tired.
No, I'm pretty good. Unlike you, Bret.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm just fucking dead. Well, let's
Pour
keep
some
going.
coffee down your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a third-degree burn to my dick.
That will wake everybody up.
Anyway, Mad Max was really, really good movie.